Hello, everyone. We are Sky and Mackayla, and today we welcome Maya Kaspi to the soundtrack of our lives. Maya is a passionate and proud fan that proved that the fangirl to music pipeline really is a thing and now has her own company to help create amazing experiences for fans. Welcome, Maya. It's an honor to have you here.
Thank you for having me. I'm very excited to be here.
Of course. So you have been loving music and attending concerts forever, and now you just started your own company in the music industry, right?
Yes.
So would you like to start by telling us and our listeners a little bit more about the Blueprint stand experience and how the idea was born?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I started as a Justin Bieber fan at the age of 13.
Let's go.
And that's really, where I fell in love with being a fan. And then it kind of just spiraled from there. Went to, as many concerts as I could. At 16, got my first job. All of my money went to concerts. Started traveling for shows. And I didn't really know I want to work in the music industry for a while. I really thought it was just like a hobby. I actually went to school for social work. And then about halfway through school, I was like, wait a sec. Like, I don't want to do anything else. Like, I just love being a fan. I love music. Like, I want to turn this into a career. So I moved to LA. There was a band at the time. I don't know if you're familiar with the band Why Don't We? They were a boy band. And basically, I just was like, okay, like, I want to work for them. It was kind of like an instant thing of like, I went to their show. They were tiny at the time. It was like 2017. And I went to the show and I was like, okay, I want to work in the industry, but I want to work for them. So I started going to like as many Why Don't We shows as I possibly could. Started building relationships with their team, and everyone was like, you have to work at CrowdSurf. I had no idea what CrowdSurf was at the time, but did all my research. And in 2019, CrowdSurf offered me an internship. And then at the end of my internship, they offered me a job. Then I was working at CrowdSurf for about 3 years, I want to say. And in September of last year, I kind of realized a lot of the decisions that I made were for a band rather than for me. And my dream was not to work in social media. My dream was to work with fans. So although I got to do that a little bit, I realized, it was time for me to put myself first. And so I left CrowdSurf and started building the Blueprint stand experience, which is essentially, my goal is to really give fans everything that they need for concerts. I'm developing an app right now just to kind of amplify the fan experience. And that's the part I'm probably the most excited about. It's really everything that I've ever wanted as a fan in one place. And then also building different events and then really focusing on making concerts more accessible to everyone. So that was like, I just talked for a very long time, but
That's really cool. Very interesting.
I think definitely from us, like also being fangirls from different bands or singers, like I was also a big Justin Bieber fan. I mean, I'm still am, but it's different now. It's different now. It's very cool to see someone trying to achieve that dream. Because I feel like at some point we all wanted that the fangirl thing was a job. It should have been a job from the beginning.
yeah,
So it's very cool to see someone like growing and creating something out of that.
Thank you. Yeah. I mean, there's, I think there's quite a few bands that I've seen do, so many different things. And I will say, I feel like there's a lot of, like, majority of the people that work in music are fangirls. Whether they are outwardly proud about it, like, you have to love music to want to work in music. I don't know anyone that doesn't.
Yeah, absolutely.
Definitely. What is your biggest goal with the Blueprint stand experience?
I just want to make people happy. I know that's such like a, I guess large goal, but also at the same time, not very specific. I don't know. I just want people to love concerts the way that I love concerts. And I just want to get as many fans to shows as possible and just make the experience safer and easier and more fun. Like that's really the end goal of this.
Yeah.
So how does or is your company going to make it safer, more fun, all of the above?
Yeah, so I have it sort of broken down into phases. Right now it's just me doing everything, which is a lot of work. But essentially, right now I'm doing just like small fan activations. So partnering with different fan run businesses and, giving away tickets as much as I can. It's really getting fans kind of excited, but doing as much as I can is just me. With the app, I'm hoping it kind of opens some more doors. Essentially, the goal of it is to reward fans for doing things that they're already doing. So it's not asking fans to do anything extra. It's just saying, hey, you're doing all this for your favorite artist. You should be getting something out of it. So that's kind of the goal with that. And then eventually I would like to open a nonprofit aspect of it that really just funds different fan experiences, flies fans out to things, but then also, is able to just get as many tickets to fans as possible.
So would the goal be to partner with the labels or the bands themselves, or for this to be like privately funded?
Yes to both. I guess is the easy answer. A big part of it will be working with artists. I already have quite a few that are interested in being involved in different ways, getting them kind of on the app and interacting with their favorite artists, or not favorite, the artists interacting with their fans. And then, also working with different labels and agencies and that sort of thing to kind of get as many fans and artists involved as possible. But I would like to do some of it just through, funding myself. I don't think it should be only the artists that work with me that, I don't want it to just be those fans. I want it to be everyone. Yeah. So I guess yes to both.
Okay. Yeah. So what is something that you're like really excited to be doing soon with your company? I know you mentioned you're developing an app. So what else is like coming?
Yeah, I'm also going to be doing a concert necessity merch line, which I'm really excited about, which will basically have everything that fans need for shows in one place. You don't have to think about it. You just buy it and it's all together. So I'm very, very excited about that. And then also I have some events that I'm kind of working towards surrounding different upcoming concerts. All of them for the time being will be in LA since I'm located in LA. But eventually, I would like to expand outside of that. But I do have a event in the works surrounding Taylor Swift shows when she's in LA. So yeah.
Very exciting.
Yeah, that's very exciting. Also, well, me and Mackayla are in like different cities, but I am near LA. I'm just like 40 minutes away or whatever, depending on traffic.
Oh, awesome.
So obviously, if you need anything, cover anything, we will be willing to, get over there or help you.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and I'm in Boston.
I love it.
So eventually, when you're out, when you have stuff going out here.
Yeah, that's awesome. I love it.
Yeah, of course.
Great. Thank you.
Definitely. I'm very excited because I think this is a very unique and exciting thing that you're doing. And I think it's going to take off. I really do.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I appreciate that a lot.
Yeah.
I don't even think about that stuff. If I make one fan happy, then I'm doing what I want to be doing, so that's
a great
really,
mentality.
That's all I care about. Thank you.
How would you describe the importance of fans to artists?
Artists don't have jobs without fans. That's the reality of it. Your fans are everything, right? Like you don't get to play shows if you don't have fans. So that interaction is so important. And as someone who's been kind of on both ends of things as the fan, but then also the person doing stuff for the fans with artists, and kind of hearing, the perspective from both sides. It's just like having like an authentic relationship with your fan goes such a long way and makes such a huge difference.
Yeah. Absolutely. I feel like anyone or like artists wouldn't be anyone without fans. And I feel like a lot of them sometimes forget that they are up there or that they got that big because we were there listening and buying stuff.
Because we believed in them.
Yeah, because we believed in them.
We saw something in their music that like spoke to us.
Yeah. So that's
absolutely. I think there's definitely artists that forget that. Absolutely.
Yeah. So since the blueprint stand, it's all about fans and community. What's the importance of the fandom community to you personally? How do you see this?
Yeah, I mean, I think my whole life has changed because of the community I've built from being a fan. Like 90% of the closest friends that I have and like the people in my life came from this shared love of music. And whether we still like the same artists, those relationships have been with me for such a long time. Some of my roommates have been people I met through an artist. I just feel like it's like a secret club. Like, I think a really great example of this is it was my friend's birthday the other day. I didn't know anyone, and I wear a friendship bracelet that my friend made me that says Karma. And so if you're a Taylor Swift fan, like you obviously know that that's tied to Taylor Swift, but it's not like it doesn't say Taylor Swift. And there were these two girls there and they like looked at my bracelet and they looked at me and they're like, is that? And I was like, yes. And then instantly we just like hit it off. and, became friends, and we talked like the whole night. And it's like one of those things where like you can be out in public and you don't know people, and if they notice that you like the same artist, I feel like it's like an instant bonding experience that like you can't really get with anything else.
It's like a certain level of connection that you instantly feel with them that is kind of hard to describe.
You just like connect with each other on a totally different wavelength than you do with other people, and I can't explain it to anyone who isn't a fan.
So I have like a group chat with 4 friends, or there's 4 of us. We're all in different countries, but we have had that group chat for more than 10 years now. And we started in like a big group of like Justin Bieber's stuff, and then just the 4 of us. We have been together for like 10 years, and we don't talk all the time now because obviously life gets busy and everything, but we still have that connection. Like you were saying, like it happened, we bonded, and now we are still here, like seeing each other like grow and get where we want to be.
No, I love it. I have a couple Justin Bieber fans like that as well. I have one friend who we kind of started our music industry journey at the same time. But before that, we were just in a Justin Bieber group chat. And then now, like, we're both working in the music industry, and, like, we've gone to London together, and we've traveled and all these things. But it all started because we were going to the same concert.
Yeah.
Yeah, my relationship with my best friend, I mean, we went to the same high school, and we were friends for a while. But we both kind of realized we were in the 5 Seconds of Summer together. And I have gone, with the exception of the very last concert, because she was sick, I've gone to every 5 Seconds of Summer concert with her. Except for my first one,
I love that.
which I didn't know her then, so like that doesn't make, But and then they were at Paradise Rock Club, which is a standing room only venue in Boston, April, but pre-pandemic, so it was a while ago. I was in high school, and now I'm graduating college, so it's a while ago. We waited outside in the cold for hours to see them, and it definitely like made the relationship that we have so much different and much more, I don't even know how to describe it. It's just a different relationship than I have with the rest of my friends, because when you're
absolutely
freezing and your knees are turning blue and you're hanging out with somebody waiting to see your favorite band, you forge a connection.
Yeah, and people outside, or people that have never been like in an actual fandom or something, they don't understand the feeling of waiting on that line for hours, or being able to get in and be closer, or being able to get merch, as expensive as it is. When you get something, it's something precious to you. Even if it's just a shirt that literally has their name on it. People don't understand.
No. It's interesting because they'll understand like people that love sports or things like that. But then the second you're like, oh yeah, I'm going to multiple concerts on the same tour, they're like, why would you do that the same thing over and over again? I'm like, no, it's not.
Yeah,
like,
I saw 5
You
Sauce
don't get it.
2 nights in a row, and my parents like, you're crazy. But
See,
I'm
that's
not
crazy to me. I'm crazy. Speaking of 5 Seconds of Summer, how do you feel about this tour announcement? Sorry to totally.
Oh my God. So the thing
topic.
is, I'm graduating and I don't know where I'm going to be because they're coming to Boston in August, but I don't know if I'm going to be in Boston.
Oh no.
So I really want to buy tickets, but I can't because I don't know where I'm going to be.
That makes sense. Wherever you end up, I'll probably go. So I'm like, I want to go to as many 5 Sauce shows as possible. So
yeah, I need a job before I can do that. So
I get that. That's important.
But then I will. Then I will go to as many as possible.
I will love, like, I'm not the biggest fan like you guys, but when they came out and they had the first album back home, because I really liked them, and I think for maybe 3 albums or something, I was like really, really into them listening. I think at some point I just like stopped listening, so I'm not able to be as excited because I haven't like actually heard their latest music and stuff like that. But I mean, I would love to go to the show. I don't know if I'm gonna do it because I'm also waiting for the Jonas Brothers to announce a tour.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
So I'm just like, I don't want to spend any money that could possibly go
to a band that you like more.
Yeah, which is like, like understandable. But if I have the chance, I would go.
I get that.
Yeah, I would be very disappointed if I didn't go because I saw them, aside from Sounds Live, Feels Live, when I didn't have enough money to go. I've gone to every time they've come to Boston, except for when they were with One Direction because I wasn't a One Direction fan.
Were you at the Boston show this summer?
Yeah.
Or last summer?
Yeah.
I was there too.
That's so
I was
funny.
there. We didn't know each other, but I was there.
That's the one that my friend was sick for. It was the scariest thing because I'm like, I don't want to really go alone because I did see them the night before, but I was calling people. I'm like, hey, are you free tonight? Like, do you want to leave in 40 minutes to go do a concert with me? Because we had just seen them the night before at Mohegan Sun. And my friend then woke up with a stomach bug the next morning. Luckily, I didn't get it. I would have been devastated. So, yes, I did see them.
Oh, well, that's so fun. I love
you guys
that.
could have been like next to each other and not realize.
Yeah, we had no idea.
It's so funny. So who do you admire in the industry when you think about people that are doing things right? Be an artist or just someone who has an amazing project within that industry.
Ooh, okay. Let's see. And there's a couple artists that I think do a really good job with their fans. Actually, I'm going to say the Jonas Brothers. I think whoever's on their team and what they've been doing recently, like they've been super interactive with their fans, but also like I love what they did in New York with having like a different show for like the different albums and stuff. I think that's really cool and a great way to like get fans, you know, excited about their favorite songs and like that sort of thing. So I think I'm not even like a huge Jonas Brothers fan. I think it's really cool what they're doing.
I'm still sensitive about that.
Yeah,
she couldn't go. She was disappointed.
Because I mean, like, why are they just playing in New York? Like, they're acting like LA is not big and they couldn't do the same thing down here, you know? Like, so one of the nights, I think I was just like, I think it was like the second night or something. I was just going through TikTok and every single, like, maybe every video or every 2 videos, it was the Jonas Brothers.
I know, you kept texting me about it.
And at some point I was just like crying.
No, I get it.
I'm so sensitive about that.
Sorry for like pouring salt in the wound.
It's fine. Okay, go ahead, continue. Sorry.
Who else? I'm like trying to think what I've seen recently that I'm like, oh wow, that's cool. I don't know who the artist was. I just saw this on Twitter the other day. But as a way to like try and avoid scalpers and that sort of thing, she actually was selling tickets to her show in person. So fans actually had to go to the venue. I think it was probably at the venue and buy tickets from her, which I was like, that's cool. That's like a cool way to get rid of like scalpers and without dealing with some of the online issues without to call people out. So I thought that was really cool. I'm trying to think. What else have I seen recently? I don't know. This is also an artist that I'm not even like a fan of. I just feel like he's always been so great with his fans. Is Youngblood. I don't know if you've seen
going to see him in July.
Like I've never been like I'm not a Youngblood fan. Like I'm like not that I'm like anti whatever. I just haven't really listened to his music. But I pay attention to like the artists that I feel do a really great job with fan engagement or just have a really great relationship with their fans. And I feel like he's always seemed like someone who genuinely really cares about his fans. Oh, and Lizzo. That's another one.
Yeah, so Youngblood did a thing where with his new album where I couldn't go because I had a class that night, which is so disappointing to me. But he was going to I think it was a Newbury comic store near me. I don't know what it was in other places, but he was going to stores. And if you bought a record like that day, you got a ticket to a live show that night.
That's awesome. See, like, I think that's so cool.
Yeah, but it was like a live show in the Newbury comics.
See, that's so cool. Yeah, I feel like he's really cool.
So
I do too.
Talking about all the experiences, what do you think will be the perfect fan experience at a concert?
I don't know if this is like a controversial opinion, but I want to abolish meet and greets. Like that's a big goal of mine because as someone who's been to like hundreds of them, I feel like it's just such a money grab. There is nothing genuine about walking in for 0.2 seconds, taking a picture, walking out. Like there is no genuine interaction there, right? Like I know it's not fun for the artist. And it's not fun for the fans unless you're a fan that like...
Not all those fans are actually fans. Some of them just do it to say they did it. I want to kind of change things and kind of get away from that model. And I'm not saying like there shouldn't be paid interaction because I think obviously there's a lot of cool things you can do instead that, you know, I think it's more enjoyable for both parties. And on the industry side, like their thing is like, well, how can we make money? Right? Like that's the question you get asked from everyone. It's like, well, I need money, which I'm like, whatever. But then, you know, at the end of the day, yeah, you can make a ton of money, but if fans are happy, they're going to spend more money, right? Like if it's worthwhile and it's a really cool experience, then I would be willing to spend more money on it. I think the like VIP packages that are just like, you get a box of merch and like what I'm also like,
why? Like, I don't get it. I think it's really lacking. I almost feel like it's lazy, which sounds, I don't know, is that bad to say?
No,
Like,
I get what
it
you're
just
saying.
feels, it's like, come on, like, there's so many cool things you'd be doing instead.
Yeah.
Then there's so much that needs to be done in terms of like fan safety when it comes to GA shows. You know, camping culture is really tricky because obviously, like, I've camped for multiple shows. And on one hand, like, I think that fun aspect of it is that community feeling of like you get to meet other fans that love this artist as much as you. But then when you think about the safety aspect of it, like a lot of these areas are not the safest areas. You know, these fans are now just like they're typically, you know, young girls sleeping on the street, sometimes for days. And it's like, okay, what can we do to stop that? And I'm not saying like get rid of GA shows. It's like have a process that eliminates the need for fans to feel like they have to sleep outside to get as close as possible. I don't even know if that answered the question. I just sort of
No, it
went on
does.
a tangent there.
So what do you think could be like? Obviously, I'm someone, and I think we talk about this in another episode, that I like lately been thinking how meet and greets should be somehow, they shouldn't even happen, or if they were to happen, I feel like they should be free, which I understand. Obviously, there's bigger people out there than others and it's complicated, but like you put so much effort and money and stuff into supporting these artists, so I feel like meeting them should be like a thank you kind of thing. But like obviously I understand that there's a lot of like, I cannot imagine the Jonas Brothers just doing meet and greets for free, because that would be like crazy, you know?
I don't think they would. I don't think they would do that.
Yeah.
No, I think if anything, instead of meet and greets, it should be like experience based. So, you know, a small group of fans is paying for an experience rather than paying to, like, I would much rather it be an experience where no phones are allowed, you know,
Like a dinner.
sit down. Like, yeah, or like, there's so many different things. I don't want to like give all of my like fun ideas away, but like, for example, like get in a room, you know, have 10, 15 fans and sit down with the artist, and the artist sits and tells you about the music that they made, like kind of behind the album, right? You know, maybe plays them in an unreleased song or that sort of thing, and like has a conversation. And I think one, that's way more relaxed, and two, like it's just way more genuine. But I know, you know, the thing with meet and greets, it's like, oh, well, we can pack in 150 fans for $300 and have them meet someone for 0.2 seconds, then, you know, call it a day. And it's just like, I don't think there's anything fun about it.
And I mean, like, I understand because people after that get the picture and they're like, listen, I have a picture with this person, you know, with like Justin Bieber or whatever, but did you get to actually meet him? Because you don't.
No.
You stand there, it's click, and then you're done. Next.
Yeah, the first time I met him, he was my first meet and greet ever, okay? And I was 16 years old, never been in a meet and greet. I didn't say one thing. Walk in, I was silent because I was so nervous. 0.2 seconds, right? Took a photo, walked out. Like, I didn't meet him. It could have been a statue of him and it would have been the same exact thing. I wouldn't have known the difference. I don't know. I mean, I think part of it is, it also would, I guess, depend on the fans. Some fans just want a photo. I mean, that's kind of sad to me. Like, I'm like, I would never take out my phone again to be able to sit and have a conversation
But
with my
I feel
favorite
like
artist.
if all they want is a picture, they're one of those fans that's there more for notoriety than for the music. In my personal opinion, that's how I feel, and I don't like those kinds of fans.
Yeah.
But I understand that they help make money for the artist.
I mean, I don't think there's a way to, you know, really get rid of that. Remember when Justin Bieber did like a no photos thing, right? Like he was like, I'm not taking pictures with anyone, because he was so fed up with people just coming to you with the phone in the face, like not caring about the human behind the phone, you know? And I feel like meet and greets is just taking that concept that a lot of artists hate, right? And then just being like, oh, well, we'll just do it in a controlled environment. But if you talk to like real fans, like they don't want that.
Yeah. I saw, now that we're like saying this, outside of like the meet and greet, I saw a TikTok the other day of someone driving in New York and they saw like Joe Jonas and Sophie in like a stoplight or something. They were just standing there and they go with the phone, hey, can you say happy birthday to me or something like that? And I'm just like, what about like, hello? How are you today? It's amazing to meet you. Like, can you say happy birthday to me? Like, that is so freaking rude. Like, they are not like a puppet for you to be like, hey, can you say this? Can you say this, for you to post a TikTok or a story or something of them repeating what you're asking them? Like, what is wrong with people?
I think it comes down to the fact that I think a lot of people forget that celebrities are people, right? Like, they're looking at them every day through their phone screen. So it like dehumanizes them. And so then when they see these people in person, they forget they're people, right? Like, they think they're robots. They're just these perfect whatever. And I mean, I think that, there's a lot that comes from that, but I think then when they see them in person, they get starstruck or they freak out. And it's like, at the end of the day, they're literally just as human as you. Like, they cry, they go to the bathroom, they eat, they whatever, like they struggle with mental health problems. Like, they're just as human. Like, it doesn't matter. They just happen to have a talent that I don't have.
Yeah.
Or like, just happens to be really cute. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, definitely.
So if you were in charge of an artist's campaign marketing decision, what would you do or suggest to make their fans feel more seen? Fans or the artist?
Ooh.
I guess.
I've done lots of marketing campaigns, and I always think about the fans first, which I don't think everyone does when they do marketing campaigns. The question I always ask is like, okay, how can I make the fans happy? I think it's really it's being cautious with how much you're asking fans to do. I'll see a lot of campaigns that are like, pre-save this, do this, do this, do this, do this. Then you're just constantly asking your fans to do work for you. And I guess essentially you're giving them new music, you're giving whatever, but it still feels like you're using the fans, right? Rather than working with the fans, because they're going to do that stuff for you regardless because they love you.
Right.
I love when you can include fans in every step of the process, whether it's like maybe having fans help choose the next single or, paying a fan to design the album artwork or to help design the merch. Fan design merch 100% of the time is better.
Yep.
Like, let's be honest about that. My biggest pet peeve in the world is when artists put a square picture of the album artwork, throw it on a t-shirt and call it merch. I'm like, you look like you just ironed it on in your bedroom.
And that's what they did.
Here. Yeah, like I can't stand it. There's nothing I hate more. And then you see these fans making these like creative concepts based off the album, and they're so cool. And I'm like, I would pay that for that. I'm not gonna pay for an ironed-on version of the album artwork on a t-shirt.
You'd pay more money for that shirt.
Yeah, absolutely.
I've paid the money. But like, I definitely understand, like, obviously I'm not paying the money because it's an amazing art or anything. It's just because I'm just trying to get something,
Yeah, I do. I have tons of those shirts, but I hate them. For example, Justin Bieber's Justice merch was not his best, okay? I hate the color pink. I don't like the color orange. And he posted a photo in the orange hoodie and was like, this one's my favorite. Everyone bought it, or everyone buy it. What did I do the next day? I bought the orange hoodie. I don't like orange.
Do you ever wear it?
No, it sits in, like, on my little drawer thing. Like, I don't wear it, but I bought it because he told me to. Like,
yeah.
I don't know. I hate orange. So I was just like, oh no. His merch was just terrible.
I don't really think that anyone looks good in that kind of orange.
No, I'm like a traffic cone. Like, I'll wear it to cross the street. I think that's a great idea. I won't get hit by a car, but yeah.
Yeah, so we kind of been talking about all this a little bit, but what are your thoughts on, again, like boundaries between fans and artists, like we were just talking before, and what are we as fans entitled to from an artist?
That is I feel like a hard question. I feel like over the years, fans feel entitled to things that they aren't. And I think part of that is social media has really erased a lot of boundaries, right?
Mm-hmm, yeah.
So you feel like you know everything about a person when you don't, because you follow them on social media. But social media is such a small percentage of someone's actual life. And I think back to, growing up as a Justin Bieber fan, I didn't expect anything. Like, I didn't feel entitled to anything. I was just genuinely happy to be a fan of him because I loved his music and I loved him, right?
Yeah.
And so I didn't expect to get anything out of it. I didn't feel like he owed me a DM. He didn't have to follow me on Twitter. Although when he did follow me on Twitter and he did send me a DM, it was best day of my life. No, not the best day of my life, but it made me very happy. Like it was one of those things where it's like a bonus, right?
Yeah.
I think obviously now like it's have evolved and like you have such easy access to your favorite artist, definitely changed it. I do think on one hand artists owe it to their fans to think about them in the process and treat them with respect and care about their opinions. But I don't think that fans are entitled to know every detail of information to their favorite artist's life. I don't think artists have to stop for fans at every, in every aspect of their life. I think they're allowed to have privacy. They're allowed to have personal time. Just like everyone else has their job and then they have time off, right? Like you have both things. At the end of the day, this is their job. Therefore, they deserve off time as well. It's really finding that balance of like, as a fan, you're entitled to, make like your artist should care about you in a sense, your safety, not being used for anything, and treated with respect, but also knowing that they don't have to necessarily give you anything,
Yeah.
Going off of that a little bit, you kind of went into it about how fandoms have changed, but how does it affect the culture of a fandom?
I mean, I feel like fandom culture is so different now than when I was a teenager. I feel like the older I get and the more that technology and social media is a part of it, we kind of talked about this. There's a lot of fans that are in it for the wrong reasons. And you notice that, right? Or the idolization of other fans. And I would be like, I went through a phase when I was a fan where I had a lot of people who looked up to me because I saw this artist a lot. And at first it really threw me off. Like I hated it. Like I remember I went to a show and people were asking me for photos. And I went home and cried to my mom. I was like, what is this? Like, I'm paying to see the band the same way they are. Like, why do they think I'm anything special? Like, I'm not. And that was like I don't think that would happen without social media. So like idolizing other fans because they're going to multiple shows or because the artist knows who they are. I think that is totally a new thing. And like that, I find it a little strange because at the end of the day, you're also just a fan. And again, I don't know, just that like idea that they think they know everything about an artist because they follow them on social media, which, again, I never thought I knew everything about Justin Bieber, right? Like, you don't know what goes on behind closed doors. And also too, like, how do I want to word this? It's so much easier to have an opinion now because you're hiding behind a computer screen too. So it's like I see people say things and like you would never say this to that person like if you met them on the street. Like you're just saying it because you're sitting behind your Twitter account.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. Yeah. I think that kind of answered. I keep like going on these like tangents.
So that answers it.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely fine. We love hearing other perspective, and obviously this is a space for the people that come to talk to us to say all their opinions and whatever they want to say. There's not a time limit unless you have one.
I do not. No, I love it. I mean, I love talking about this stuff.
Yeah, no, absolutely, and we love to hear it because it makes us feel like seen and see that other people also understand maybe what it's like being in the music industry, but also being a fan and how we all ended up here, right? So as a woman in the music industry, we feel or not feel it, there's obviously like a big gap in the music industry between men and women, and we are far from being perfect in any aspect. But do you feel like it's been as hard as it seems sometimes for you? I don't know, have you found any like walls or stuff that you didn't think you were gonna encounter before?
Yeah, especially last year and a half. I've definitely dealt with, I would say, quite a bit of misogyny in the music industry. And I think a lot of it is internalized misogyny. So like these people don't even realize that what they're saying is because of my gender. To go back a little further, like even taking that step from like, how do I get these people to stop seeing me as a fangirl and see me, like take me seriously? So that was like the first step, right? Because I was like, I want to work for this band, but I'm scared they like will always just see me as a fan. And I will say, like, I don't want to say I was lucky, like I worked really hard, but I was lucky in the sense that they never questioned it. They were very receptive of, yeah, we think, you're great and we want you to be a part of this. However, I've had, as someone who I work with a lot of like 20-year-old boys. I've worked with quite a few boy bands because I love the younger demographic of fans. Like that's kind of the world that I'm in. But that means a lot of the time I am the only woman in a room full of men, right? And to me, it's not a big deal. I don't really question it, but other people do. And so, I've been told I have to be careful about what I wear or what I say or like how I interact with them so that people don't get the wrong idea or so that they don't question my intentions or that sort of thing, which, I didn't really expect for that to happen. I was like, weird. I've had people tell me they want an all-male team because they just want more men on their team. I'm like, your fan base is female?
Yeah.
But okay.
That doesn't, yeah, that's kind of weird.
And you would think that it's crazy, but it has happened on multiple occasions with multiple different artists where they have told me they don't want a primarily female fan base. And then the next sentence is, I want to be cool. So what they're just telling me is that they don't think what female fans like is cool. And they don't even know that that's what they said, but that is what they said, right? Like if you're telling me, oh, I want more men, more male fans, and then it's like, I want to be seen as cool, I want to be cool. So what you think is that what young women like isn't cool.
Right. That's what they're saying.
Yeah, that is exactly what they're saying, and they don't even realize it.
That is such a weird thing to say. Just like, what?
Yeah. Like,
because they are paying for your career.
I'm like, well, you shouldn't care what gender your fans are. Like, you should be making the music that you love and you care about, and you should be happy that people are supporting you.
Yeah.
Right. Like, it doesn't matter who likes your music. They like your music. That's what you should be happy about.
Yeah. Yeah. Right? But, like, the crazy part is, like, this has come from even artists that have, like, 1,000 followers on Instagram. And I'm like, you can't be picky. Like, what? Like, you don't have fans. Like, what do you mean? So, I don't know. That's just, like, those are a few examples of it for sure.
Yeah. I really hope that in a couple years we can see this, like, going different ways, that we see more women being involved in the music industry, because I feel like we definitely need it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely. I mean, I know of like a ton of really incredible women in the industry, and we just need more of them. For sure.
Yeah.
What was your happiest moment as a fan? And then what was your happiest moment as a music industry professional?
This is hard because I've had a lot of really happy fan moments. Can I give like a couple?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Because they're kind of like all throughout different years. Number one was, it was always a dream of mine to see Justin Bieber at Madison Square Garden. Never say never. Like, we all know how significant like MSG is to Justin Bieber. And so I got to see him front row at Madison Square Garden on Purpose Tour. And that was just like the best night of my life. Like, Jaden Smith came out. And like, it was just like a dream.
Yeah.
You know? For sure. Like, just totally a dream that became reality. Recently, last year, I flew to Australia to see 5 Seconds of Summer.
Wow.
And seeing them at the Sydney Opera House was such a cool experience. They're from Australia. It was such a beautiful venue. And just like, I'm on the other side of the world, and I'm at this iconic landmark, seeing this band, and they're like, it was just like a very surreal moment. And like, I turned around and was like filming all the fans, and like the lights at the Sydney Opera House in the background. I was so cool.
Not gonna lie, I'm a little jealous.
It was just like one of those moments where it's so magical. That was pretty cool. And then let's see. I mean, I guess this kind of is the combination of the two, fan and music industry. And then I'll give you one other music industry one. In 2019, I went to a Why Don't We concert, and I said to them, I'm not going to see you again unless I'm working for you. Because at that point, I'd seen them all the time. I was like, this is it. Like, either it's happening or it's not. And I told them that. And then the next time I saw their concert, I was working for them. So it was like, kind of like, that will always be a very important chapter in my career. So that was special. Let's see. I'm going to give two working ones, actually. This one's also a Why Don't We one, but because I love fans so much, when we were doing their Love Back music video, I got to help them surprise fans, and I had to lie to the fans, and thankfully most of their fans knew who I was, and so it wasn't like they were meeting up with some scary person they don't know. But I had to trick them. I like lied to them and convinced them to meet me in person, and then had to make sure they were like facing the correct direction so that they didn't see the band like walk up behind them. And I just thought that was so fun. Like, I just loved the genuine reaction from these fans when they had no idea they were going to be meeting the band, and most of them for the first time. So that was really fun and special. And then I worked with this artist, and we did a really fun fan event in February. And he has an older fan base because he's been in the industry for a very long time. So his fans are all like 60 years old. It's totally like you would think it's like so out of my box, but I love it because it doesn't matter how old a fan is. Like, they are still the exact same. Like, I don't care. Like, these 12-year-olds and these 60-year-olds love these artists in the exact same way. And it's the best thing ever. It was one of those things where he just loves his fans. He spent like hours with them, and we got to give them all these cool prizes. And I think it ended up costing him more money than he made, and he just like, he went overtime by like an hour and a half. It was like a high school reunion theme. It was just like so cool to watch him love his art or his fans as much as his fans love him. There's nothing that's better than that.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like that feeling is just something that you cannot compare to anything else.
No, not at all. It's so cool.
Do you remember how you fell in love with music?
Yes. Well, yeah. My first concert was Hilary Duff when I was like 6 or 7. But I feel like my mom has definitely played a huge role in that because she loves concerts. And like, I help her get tickets to her favorite artists all the time. So she really kind of opened the door for me to be able to go to shows when I was younger. And so like, I've always loved music in a sense. It's always in the car, always on all the time. But I remember the exact moment I saw Justin Bieber for the first time, right? It was genuinely like an instant thing of, oh my God, like, I want my entire life to revolve around him. It was like he altered the brain, like my brain chemistry. And it was like the craziest thing. And again, like, my mom was always so supportive of it. She took me to my first 2 Justin Bieber concerts. We took a train to Vancouver, Canada. She pulled me out of school. She's like, you have Bieber fever. Like, you're sick. Like, it's fine. Took me to Canada. And we went and, we had floor tickets. It was just like magical. And I was just like, oh my gosh, I love this more than anything. And so that really, like, I think spiraled into not even just my love of music, but love of being a fan.
Okay. To finish it off, one last question.
Okay.
What is the soundtrack of your life?
Oh, okay. That's really hard. It's funny because I could pick answers and the people are going to be like, are you okay? And I am. Can I put my phone really quick?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. I need to have a good answer. Oh, no, I have my answer. I'm just kidding. My soundtrack of my life right now is Karma by Taylor Swift.
Okay, that's a good one.
I have decided I am the number 1 Karma fan. And I have ownership of that song. I've decided. So
you heard it here first.
Yep.
So.
That is the soundtrack of my life.
Okay.
That's awesome. Thank you so much for making the time to come and talk to us.
Of course.
It's been a pleasure. It's been so fun being able to talk to someone who's part of the music industry, is growing in the music industry, and is also a fan who understands other fans out there.
Wow.
It's been a really, really fun talk. We will definitely keep an eye on the Blueprint Stand experience. Like we both mentioned it before, we are here to we're nearby, or at least I'm nearby on this side. If you have anything going on up there, let us know. We know what it's like running something on your own, even though we're not completely alone. It's a lot to do multiple jobs and get everything done.
Absolutely.
And try not to cry because you have a lot to do.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely keep us updated if you have anything going on over here that we can participate or do whatever. We're here. We would love to be involved as well.
Thank you.
So do you want to share your social media with our listeners?
Yeah, absolutely. Our Instagram, I say ours if it's not just me, but is BP Stan Experience. on Instagram and TikTok, and then it's BP Stan EXP on Twitter. So
Okay.
yeah,
Awesome.
thank you. Thank you so much for having me. That was a lot of fun.
That was really fun. Thank you for joining us, and make sure to subscribe and follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok at STO Lives Podcast.